Hi, my name is Jody Randisi. Is it even possible to repair broken people? I'd like to share with you how Toastmaster Prison Clubs are doing just that, right here in South Carolina. When pottery or a precious vase falls and breaks, we throw the pieces away. Yet, there is an alternative, a Japanese practice that highlights and enhances the breaks, thus adding value to the broken object. It's called kitsukoro, and the translation would be golden mend or golden joinery. This technique rejoins fragments, giving them a new appearance. And because of the randomness with which ceramics shatters and the irregular patterns that are formed using the lacquer laced with gold or silver, a brand new work of art is created, and each one comes with its own unique story and beauty. Kitsukoro suggests many things. First of all, we shouldn't throw away broken objects. When an object breaks, it doesn't mean that it's no longer useful or no longer has value. We should try to repair things because sometimes in doing so, we obtain a more valuable object. Secondly, the Japanese art of kitsukoro teaches that broken objects are not something to hide, but to display with pride. I wonder what would happen if we applied this notion to people. I work with broken people. I voluntarily go to prison every Wednesday to support inmates who came to prison with youthful legacies designed by abandonment, addiction, abuse, bullying, divorce, dysfunction, mental illness, the stress of poverty, and boredom, all of which created wounds that left behind visible scars. And if you think about it, every inmate was once a precious vase, innocent and unbroken. But instead of turning their wounds into wisdom, they turned to criminal behavior. And now our society sees them as people so badly broken that we've given up trying to repair them. There are so many broken pieces, it seems impossible to put them back together. As people who live in communities, we can all agree on one thing. We all want prisoners to come out better people than when they went in. It's been proven that education and training changes the culture inside prison walls. However, unfortunately, America is famous for warehousing offenders who tend to reoffend due to a lack of rehabilitation or education. It's prison volunteers like myself who support our correctional institutions by offering hope in what tends to be a hopeless situation, often filled with depression, frustration, and anxiety. It's like Dr. Phil says, you don't fix money problems with money. You don't fix broken people by throwing them away and warehousing them in prisons. I don't believe punishment fixes broken people. I believe it's kindness and attention and education that fixes people who are broken. And to that end, among other things, I'm a mentor and a member of the Ridgeland Toastmasters, a Toastmaster Prison Club at a medium security prison that houses approximately 1,100 male felons. The Ridgeland Toastmasters want to change society's perception of ex-offenders because we know what they'll be up against upon their release from prison. We're working diligently toward turning their mess into a message. It's an honor to help these fledgling Toastmasters find their voice. Giving a person the opportunity to tell his story and restore his reputation is both rewarding and exhilarating. As best-selling author Cheryl Richardson says, a person starts to heal the moment they feel heard. I'm privileged to witness such moments. Overcoming failure is the stuff legends are made of, yet people don't want to talk about their mistakes. But this is not the case in prison, where bad decisions generate profound stories. A Toastmaster Prison Club meeting is the ideal environment for an offender to re-examine and redesign his or her legacy. I've seen inmates experience transformational healing in what Toastmasters will call an icebreaker speech. It's a 4 to 6 minute speech wherein they're asked to introduce themselves to the group. But because of privacy issues stemming from the Department of Corrections, we're not allowed to record these wonderful speeches, which is painful. If you could listen to what I've been listening to, you too would be amazed and encouraged. Men and women, for whatever reason, engage in criminal behavior. Then they are sentenced, some fairly, some not so fairly. At prison, they receive services paid for by tax dollars, all of which is intended to instill hope for a better crime-free future. However, as we've seen with the murder of 7 inmates at Lee Correctional Institute in Bishopville, South Carolina, renegade gang members are not afraid to commit crimes while in prison. Clearly, murderers are badly broken people, and whether you believe they can be repaired or not, we ought to at least try to piece them back together while they're incarcerated. State and federal budgets being what they are, it's up to prison volunteers to donate resources to individuals who can't possibly pay back the kindness. If as a business person or a tax-paying citizen, you feel your attitude about corrections shifting away from punishment and toward rehabilitation, would you please consider donating to my GoFundMe campaign? I collect funds so I can pay Toastmaster membership fees for needy members of the prison clubs across South Carolina. Your support is the gold and silver I need to restore broken people here in South Carolina prisons. Thank you in advance for supporting what most people feel is a lost cause, which I know for a fact is not. You can read about our distinguished Toastmaster Prison Clubs and donate at GoFundMe.com/prisonvolunteer. Thank you and God bless.